intention, expect for there to be some obstacles. Now, I'm not going to over spiritualize it and say it's the devil, right? I'm not going to do that. But I am going to say that anytime you have an intention and anytime you have a plan, if you think you're going to accomplish whatever it is that you think you're going to accomplish without some kind of resistance, guess what? That's not going to happen.
Listen.
Come on, Cyndi, talk to him.
Well, I am going to be over spiritual, and I am going to say, hey, it's not the Lord's will that we were not able to have both of our beautiful faces on here tonight.
Right.
But this is only a test, and it will only make us more motivated for the next time. As a matter of fact, we'll probably come back next week just to give another teaser and to let everybody know how much we enjoyed them. There's about 17 people on right now.
I know.
And we have to be extremely happy about those that are on.
Right,
of
course.
That are listening, and please know that we're glad that you're here, and we will not be defeated. That's the kind of women that we are.
That's right.
This is just a little glitch, and we're going to move right along.
It's right. And Charlotte, so good to have you here. You know you're my heart, and I so appreciate your comment. When I posted the flyer immediately, Charlotte was right in there in the comments talking about two of her favorite people, Pastor Cyndi and myself. So you guys, welcome to the Pop-Up Live Chat. This is something that I hope to be able to do again and again and again and again with Pastor Cyndi. Pastor Cyndi and I have been friends for the ages, right? The ages. At this stage in our friendship, like my friendship with Trina, my sisterhood with Trina, my sisterhood with Cyndi Diggs is one where I don't even quote years anymore because, listen, I tell you too much. But just trust me when I say that our relationship has gone through, we've been through every experience. We have laughed together. We have cried together. I remember when we traveled together in the Bahamas. I remember when we traveled together to the very first Woman Thou Art Loose, the very first MegaFest. Right, the very first MegaFest, we were together. So when I tell you we have been through thick and thin, trust me when I say we have been through thick and thin. But tonight that actually takes on a different meaning because we have been through thick and thin. And so,
goodness, I like that.
We have been through thick, right? And we have been through thin. And so we thought we would come on tonight in a very brief way to talk about our transformation. And I think it's easy, Cyndi, to think of our transformation as being one that's physical only. I think people see what's on the outside. And let's talk about that for a second, because between the two of us, we have nearly lost about nearly 300 pounds.
Almost 300 pounds. Yes.
Yeah, almost 300 pounds between the two of us. And when I tell you, life is different. It is very different for us now as a result. And we are so grateful for that difference. Everywhere we go, as you might imagine, people are asking, how do we do it? How do we do it? How do we do it? But I think the first thing that we wanted to talk about with everyone in a very brief way was to say that, one, the theme of all of this is transformation. And that any transformation that is that massive on the outside, you have to know that there's transformation also going on the inside. Cyndi, can you speak to that for a moment?
Exactly. I know we were going to talk about where we were, and if you don't mind me touching on where I was prior, I remember years ago just doing little things like walking upstairs, and I've always had a pretty active life. I've been in full-time ministry for the last 16 years of my life, and there's a lot of things that I would do on a daily and a weekly, monthly basis. And I noticed just doing little things like walking upstairs or taking a brisk walk, how I would start to get short of breath, and little things would transpire in my body that I didn't like the way that I felt. But I didn't have the motivation to do what I knew I needed to do. Now, a lot of people, would say, try this, try that. I mean, there are all kind of gummies, pills, surgeries. I talked to a couple of people about my health, and then my mom, this was the biggest thing for me. My mom died in 2019, and she died of ovarian cancer. And I remember saying I didn't want to see anyone else in my family die. I lost a nephew at 30 years old due to congestive heart failure. He had like an 80-year-old man's heart. My oldest sister died in 2003 of a massive heart attack. Everybody thinks it's just me, myself, and me, Lori, and my brother, but we actually had two older siblings. They're both dead. And so I took control of my life because I didn't want to die at an early age. And when my mom died, I was like, this is it. I started around 2017 or 2018 taking control of just my mind. It starts in your mind. And if you don't have the discipline and the desire, it starts with a desire to do better. I'll put it like that. I wanted to have a healthy lifestyle and not so much go on a diet or just lose weight.
Right.
It wasn't just about losing weight. I didn't want to lose me. And you know, I could talk about that all night because
right.
a lot of people lose themselves prior to losing the weight or even afterwards. And so I started to work out with my brother. He's a certified trainer, and he has a service called Temple 12. It's 12 minutes of workout. That's all. 12 minutes. And during the pandemic, I went really hard. And even when I couldn't get to him, I would work out at home. I changed the way I ate. I drink 1.5 gallons of water a day. I just started to do little things, self-motivation. And then I did a lot of meditation where I would, you know, think and pray and not so much just be in the Word of God, but I would think about where I wanted to be, where I saw myself at that moment, and I was miserable. A lot of times we won't express or really discuss how we really feel about ourselves.
Right.
I didn't feel bad about me, but I was miserable in the body I was in.
Right.
And it was hard to express that to anyone because everybody just thinks, you know, well, just go work out or try this, try that. But it wasn't that easy for me. It
right.
was not easy to lose 130 pounds, guys. It was not easy.
I hope you guys heard that. You're amazing. You're fabulous. You're wonderful, Pastor Cyndi. You know I could listen to you all night, but I don't want them to lose some key points that you're making. One, that she lost 130 pounds.
Yes.
Right? That's a person. That's a person. And so my point was to say that there is no way you can change that much on the outside and you're not changing on the inside. That's why the theme of this, and really one of the themes of my entire year, is transformation. Another thing that you talked about is losing the weight and not losing yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Not losing yourself, because you can lose yourself. And in a lot of ways, I think those of us who have a health and wellness journey ahead of us, those of us who are working on a health and wellness journey, one of the reasons that we're on the path is because we feel like we've lost ourselves. Right, that we've lost ourselves. I said to Pastor Cyndi, and I say to anyone today, the reason that I'm trying to figure this out and trying to talk to people about this is because I honestly feel called to it. Like, I had no idea that this was in me. I had no idea that this would become a passion for me, that this would become a passion for us. But I feel like I am called to faith-filled people who have lost themselves along the way. Right?
Oh,
Faith-filled.
So good. Yeah, that's so good, Lisa.
Thank you, sis. Faith-filled people who've lost themselves along the way. So where she was, right, where you were, Cyndi, you were struggling getting upstairs. And the thing about both of us, and I know this, you don't have to tell me this because I've seen you in ministry. You've seen me in ministry. You've seen me in life. I've seen you in life. We go hard. 147 pounds ago, me, went hard. 130 pounds ago, went hard. Right? But and I can't say, honestly, that there's anything that I wanted to do that I wasn't doing. But boy, did I pay the price afterward. I remember doing conferences. Many of you have seen me in those kinds of situations. Vanessa, Bonnie, Joanne, many of you have seen me in those kinds of situations. And I would give it absolutely everything I could. But what you didn't know is that I was taking my shoes off to get back to my hotel room because I could barely put one foot in front of the other. I had a bottle of muscle relaxers on my nightstand because to get through the night without the cramps in my legs, it was so very difficult. So I went hard. I've always gone hard. Cyndi, always gone hard. But we are so grateful to be where we are now. So that's where we were. One of the things that you talked about is meditation as well. And I can tell you that, again, a part of this is to help us answer the question, so I can kind of do it one big time. How did you do it? How did you do it? How did you do it? Well, one of the ways that I did it is through thinking myself different, right? Before my body became different, my mindset had to become different. And one of the ways that I did that was with meditation. And so I want to share the kinds of things that help me get through. And so I'm going to put in the chat some meditations, some guided faith-filled meditations that I'm creating. It's the kind of thing that I wish had been available for me. And so if you're on a journey, I want them to be available for you, and I'll put them in the chat. So Cyndi, let's transition to where we are now. So where are you now? And as you might imagine, you guys, in a moment, we'll talk about where we're going, because it's a journey, right? It's not just an event. It's a journey. Vanessa, that's exactly what it was. I was working, I was giving, I was pouring myself out. When I got through on those stages that you may have seen me on, when I got through in the churches that you may have seen me share in, I was done. And sometimes I was done for days, right? Until I could get my full, because I had everything, my attitude since 2018 to the present has been every single gift that God has given me, I'm pouring it out. And I'm pouring it out at 1,000%. I'm going hard in the paint for every single gift that God gave me. But the cost, the physical cost of that was so great. Cyndi, talk to us about where you are now. What's your mindset now? What do you want to tell people about your now?
It's amazing. A lot of things that you're sharing. Like even this week, it's spring break, and I'm on break this week, but I've been in bed like most of the week because, I've had this nasty cough, and I just really need to rest my body. And so that goes back to understanding how to manage my body. Where I was is not where I am now. I now listen to my body. I know how to move, how to maneuver, how to take care of myself. I know how to motivate myself. That discipline that I had to use when I was getting up to go work out, changing my eating habits and all the things that I was doing in order to become a more fit person, that's where I am today. It's not just something that you do for a season, people. And that's something that I really want to leave with you tonight. It wasn't just for that time. That is my life now. It's my lifestyle now. I still, eat a certain way. I still make sure I take care of my body. I listen to, excuse me, the triggers, the signals that my body is sending off. When it tells me rest, I rest. When I can't eat certain things, I don't eat certain things. It's not a diet.
Right.
It's my lifestyle.
Right.
I eat certain things, and there's certain things that I don't. And I'm not, so hell-bent that I can't have that or I can't have this. I'm just eating carrots and cucumbers. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm saying that when you change your mind and when you decide to be disciplined people, it's something that will follow you for the rest of your life. A lot of people start something, and we don't have a problem starting. We just have a problem sticking with it and finishing.
Right.
So, I would have a lot of people saying, even when I post pictures today and say, this was then, this is now, I still get these comments, Lisa. You were pretty then and you're pretty now. You look good then, you look good now. It's the same to us. That's you, but that's not the way I feel. I didn't do it because I didn't feel like I was worth anything or pretty. When you decide to be a better person, people will tell you, oh, you were fine the way you were, but they don't know the struggles that you've had to deal with. And so I don't want anyone to get stuck in the, well, I'm fine the way I am. People say that I look fine. Where I am now is, yes, it's good to have the compliments, but I'm able to decipher what I need to do to be a better Cyndi every day.
Right.
It's not what I did 4 or 5 years ago. It's what I do every day.
Right.
It's daily. It's a daily process. It's every single day of my life that I'm doing these things in order to continue, because it's easier to obtain something than it is to maintain.
Yes. Yes. So the maintenance. Right, it's the maintenance. So one thing I want to highlight that Cyndi said, and that is so definitely true for my weight loss as well. And I think of it as weight loss, but honestly, I just come back to the word transformation. And hi, Auntie. I'm so glad to see you. It makes me so happy to see you out here. You've always been such an amazing support of me and my entire family. And certainly, I can't say that without saying Mom as well. But let me tell you, where I am now, again, Cyndi, we're right in tandem with each other. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's not a diet. And let me suggest that those of you who are considering this journey or you're on this journey, I want you to really think about your why. Think about your why, because you can't do it for a dress. You can't do it for a man. You can't do it for a woman. You can't do it for an event. You got to do it for yourself, because all of those things eventually go away. The other person's attention may wane, may waft. You know what I'm saying? The event is going to come and the event is going to go. Or once you attain, that individual that, get the individual that you're trying to get, or get their attention, then what? Then what? Now that you have their attention, if this is for any other reason than for you, I'm going to say it will be difficult, back to the key word, to maintain. Cyndi talked about it being easier to obtain that than it is to maintain. And so we want to talk about where we are now. Right now we're in a mode of maintenance. Right now we're in a mode of maintenance. And what I can say is that I feel more successful this time around because, like Cyndi, so much of what I've done, it wasn't like cabbage soup and carrots. You know what I'm saying? It was the kind of thing that I can continue day by day by day, right? I didn't pick up any habit that I couldn't continue for a lifetime. And so that's my tip. All right, moving. Let's talk about the future, Cyndi. And I can't wait to do this again with you so I can see your beautiful, beautiful face and share your beautiful, beautiful face. But let's talk about the future. Yes, in the future, you're going to see Cyndi's face. But in the future, in terms of health and in terms of wellness, Cyndi, what's a tip that you can share for the future? And where are you when you think about the future?
Well, if I can interject for just a moment.
Sure.
And say, Lisa, you are absolutely beautiful, and I'm so proud of you. When I saw you last weekend, I was not just stunned, but I was so happy to see the glow on your face and to see all I saw was success, motivation, and endless results.
Thank you,
it felt
sister.
so good to know, because I know what I've gone through.
Right.
And, a lot of it was not just, this is what I did for me, but I had people that actually helped me. There are people that help me in the ministry, and they bring me certain foods. They
Yes.
cook for me in a certain way. And so everything around me changed. Like, my sister is a personal chef, and I love her food. Like, she can cook. I'm talking like brisket and
Right.
fried chicken and
Come on.
chitlins and greens and cabbage and hog. The girl can.
Oh.
I have to change.
Yes.
Even they know me so well now, and they know that this is so much a lifestyle that even when I'm with my family, there's certain things that they have prepared for me, because they're like, Cyndi doesn't eat
Like
this
that.
pork.
Right.
Cyndi doesn't eat this. Cyndi doesn't. And so now even my close friends, my family, any acquaintances that I have, they know that I've changed my whole life. So there's certain things that they don't bring me to
Right.
eat, because they know this is just me. And so I wanted to share with you first. I'm so proud of you.
Oh.
Yeah, you look good. When I saw her, y'all, last weekend, we just had a moment, and we just kind of went, you know what, girl? Look, girl, get out of my face. You're just the bomb. But you need people in your life also that will not be afraid to see your glow.
Right. Come on now.
and who will push you and motivate you.
That's right.
And not just, let you remain stagnant, and tell you when they know you're on a health trip, or
Right.
when you're changing your lifestyle, that they don't give you any advice but positive.
Right.
Positive vibes only.
Positive vibes only. That's right.
Where am I going now? Listen, I'm expecting, and it's not so much, oh my goodness, I'm trying to reach a certain weight or a certain goal in my size. I am trying to maximize my moments.
Oh, that's good. That's good, Cyndi.
I'm going to my next in maximizing the moments that I have to live. Like, life is so precious now, and people are just dropping dead everywhere. I mean, everybody is trying to do whatever they can to live a healthier life, and so my life is dedicated to doing whatever I can to help men, women, boys, girls. I'm extremely called to the women's ministry, and everybody knows that. I was averaging before, when I was at my heaviest, I was at 275 pounds, and even at that time, I was averaging like 50 preaching engagements a year.
Wow.
Let that sink in for a moment.
I remember that.
I'm talking as much as a senior pastor who stands every Sunday and does Bible study on Wednesday or Tuesday nights. I was traveling every week. I was gone every week. I was in someone's church, school,
that's right,
or pulpit 50 plus times a year.
That's right.
And sometimes going, like you, where's my muscle relaxer?
Right.
Where's my Tylenol PM? Where's my, whatever, to make me not be sore, to help me move a little faster, to help me finish what I needed to do to complete my assignment. And that's not the will of God. He's wanting us to have a life, an abundant life, and not have to be on all that medication and not have to do all of those things. I'm trying to maximize my life, and no one can do that but me. So I'm in control of Cyndi.
Yes, come on. You are in control. Hold on, Cyndi. Let me break in here. One of the things that I think we have to wrap our minds around is we have one life, one. Sabrina Goodwin Monday, someone I love so much, she said to me many years ago, you are the problem, you are the solution. Whatever situation is happening in your life, you can look at that thing and say, you are the problem, you are the solution. I looked at my situation, I said, I am the problem, hold on, let me interrupt my own self. I just have to shout out Eric Burdine, who's in the chat. All the feels. You know we love some Eric Burdine. We are number one fans. Listen, we don't play about Eric Burdine, okay? Because he is amazing. And let me tell you something. He is an awesome man of God who has music, who has a book on Amazon. He's got all kind of stuff. And if there is anybody that I would want you to check out after this, it would be Eric Burdine. Okay, back to the point.
Eric Dwayne Burdine. You're talking about 27 plus years of friendship.
Yeah.
I can't even get started because I'll start bawling.
I know.
Can I shout out someone else?
Of course.
I see Miss June Evans.
Yes.
Who is also an awesome woman in her own right.
That's right.
I love her so very much. Hey, June. She's beautiful.
Yes.
She has a sweet spirit, and I'm so glad to see her on. Okay, Lisa, ask me something else. I'm so excited. This is going so great.
It is, but guess what? We are not going to be here long. We said we were going to come on, and then we'll be out. We would rather leave you a little hungry for more information than tire you guys out. But the good news is that we will be back. One more point, though, in terms of the future, can I just give you a tip? Can I just tell you, those of you who are on a health and wellness journey, I want you to maintain your mindset as it relates to your physical body, but also work on all those other areas as well. Like, do it in tandem. One of the things that Cyndi talked about was being sure that you don't lose yourself as you're losing weight, because as awesome as it is to lose over 100 pounds, there is such a thing as body dysmorphia. And so you look in the mirror, and this is scientifically proven. This isn't just me making something up. I did it today. I literally did it today. I have to return clothes almost on a weekly basis because the size I see in my brain and the size that actually fits on my body are two different things. And so in order to maintain your mind, which is why I focus in on mind, body, spirit. I wanted to focus in tonight, better living. If you look at our poster, our flyer, mind, body, it's all of it. I don't want you working out and getting fine and getting depressed. Right? I don't want you getting stronger and getting healthy and throwing away medicine and then having some weird kind of mentality around who you are. You are fearfully and you are wonderfully made where you are right now. In fact, let me say this very quickly, and then we're going to give one tip, and then we'll be out. Adrian, come on here. Don't lose yourself as you lose the weight. Right? Don't lose yourself. The person that you are, that's still the person that you are. It's just this earthen vessel, the treasure, right, that's in the earthen vessel, we want to make sure that we're working on it, right? We want to make sure that that treasure is living in a vessel that is fit for the fight, right? That's fit for the fight. There is listen, it's a real God and a real devil out here. Did y'all see the news today that on Thursday, it was a gunman, a gunman on a subway? Who thought that the subway had become a war zone? Who thought that a school zone? What? Your gifts are needed. Your gifts are needed.
Church has become a war zone.
Even church, Cindy just said, has become. So because your gifts are needed, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves, right? And we have to take care of ourselves, mind, body, spirit. That's where I am in terms of the future. One last closing comment and we out. All right, talk to the people, Cindy. If there was one last thing that you would want to say, that's right, sis. Adrian, fit for the fight. Eric, mind, body, spirit. We're working on all of it, right? Your mind, your body, your spirit. Are you reading? Right, leaders or readers? Are you reading? Are you working on your mind? Are you working out? Are you working on your spirit? All of it. We can do it in tandem. We can do it all. Okay, Cindy, last thought.
Well, I would love to say that this life-changing transformation has been such a great thing for me to do. It has been a transformation, Lisa, and I wouldn't go back for anything. Like, I think differently, I rest differently, I move about on a daily basis in a different way. It's amazing when you were talking about clothing and how you return things weekly. I don't have that privilege yet because I haven't been able to shop like that, but it's on the way.
Right.
It's on the way. But my whole wardrobe is totally different. Like, everything is new. It's different. And just about anything I pick up now, I can just look at it and go, I can wear that.
Right.
I can wear that.
Right.
I can wear that. But by the same token, it's not just about the things I'm putting on. It's the things that I put within.
Come on.
It's the things that are within me that I dress myself in each and every day. And we are going to be moving about. You guys, I want you to be really praying about bringing us to your church, your school, your event, because God has called Lisa and I to this ministry, to this marketplace, wonderful ministry of helping people to understand mind, body, and spirit. And so this is not the first time you will hear from us or see us. I'm really happy to be able to finally have someone that I can move about with this. So consider, the next time you do your women's conference or your prayer summit or whatever it is, even for men, because it starts with your mind, and we want to really instill that in you tonight and not let you get away from. It's not just, okay, I'm going to make up my mind to lose weight. It's about your whole lifestyle. Like, I could really talk about a lot right now, like the money thing, the physical,
yes,
the financial, the physical, the mental, the social. I mean, everything changed when we changed the way we look on the outside.
Right.
Everything about my life has changed. So I would leave with the people tonight, don't let your life change you. You change your life.
Oh, that's good, sister. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
I went through a lot of stuff that was changing my life, but I didn't allow those things to keep me from reaching my goals. And my main goals were to become more healthy mentally, to become more healthy spiritually, and of course to become more healthy physically. And all of those intertwined together made me a better person.
Come on now. That's it. That's absolutely it. And if there's one last thought that I would have to share with you, it's my brand new t-shirt. I'm going to pitch this down a little bit. You see it? It's finished. Right? If there's one last thought that I have for you, it's my brand new shirt. My brand new shirt for this year, and it's finished. And what do I mean when I say finished? I mean complete the assignment. Complete the assignment. Whatever it is that God has given you to do. And I have a feeling that whatever it is that is for you to do, that you're probably thinking about it right now. It's probably coming into clearer focus even as I'm talking right now. It's probably coming to the forefront of your mind even as I'm discussing it right now. It's time to finish. For me, the priority, listen, coming out of COVID was hard for me. Nalicia, I'm trying to tell you, It was hard. I'm so glad that you're here. She said, I needed this encouragement, and we needed you. Missy says it's powerful. Thank you so much, Missy. Thank you so very much. I'm glad that you're here. Y'all, it's time to finish. It's time to finish. Whatever it is, and maybe it's your health, maybe it's your wellness. These are not the same things. I would love an opportunity to talk about this more another time, right? Because honestly, I've even said June knows. June has been to dinner with me, and I've said to June, don't get me on this subject because I can go on and on and on and on and on. Okay, I can go on and on and on because there is so much to be said about this. Because of all the things, and I will say this, of all the things that we talk about in terms of wellness and all the things that we talk about in terms of building up our spirit, we forgot to talk about the body that the spirit is housed in. How can we complete the assignment? How can we finish the things that God wants us to do unless we are living a healthier lifestyle? Mind, body, soul. What's my message? My message for 2024 is finish. Another way of saying it is complete the assignment. Whatever it is that you've been called to do in terms of your health, it's your wealth. In terms of your wellness, it's your mindset. The scripture says it is with the mind that we serve the Lord. We need a healthy mind as well as a healthy body. I need you going for it and going for it in a big, 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 big way. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for hanging out with Cyndi. Thank you for hanging out with me. As Cyndi said, we'll be back and hopefully we'll be coming to you next time. But regardless, we are so very grateful that so many of you joined us tonight. If you would like this, share this. You know how the algorithms work. The more we interact, the more people are able to enjoy it. So if you think there's something in this for you, watch it again. If you think there's something in this for someone else, share it with somebody else. Thank you so much for being with us. We are so very grateful. Again, it's time to finish. It's time to complete the assignment. All right, now I'm going to have to figure out how to log off. Okay.